Hi everyone, we're going to learn how to write the point slope form of an equation of the line that passes through a given slope and point. We already graphed these in the previous video. We're also going to write the standard form of the equation. So once we get this form, we're going to rewrite the equation in standard form. And we also talked about standard form in a previous video. So we're going to do a few examples. My point is 3, 8. That's my x and y, and there's my slope. So I'm going to write my formula down. Y minus y sub 1 equals m times x minus x sub 1. And you just substitute. So this is going to be y minus 8 equals 2 times x minus 3. So we're done. We have our point slope form. It's very easy to see the formula. We see that the 3 goes with the x here, and the 8 goes with the y, and that's our form. Now we want to put it in standard form. So what you're going to do is let's clean up the right side. So we have y minus 8 and distributes. It's 2x minus 6. Now standard form means the x and y go on the left side and the constants go on the right. So the first thing I'm going to do is add 8. I'm going to get add 8 to both sides. So we get y equals 2x plus 2. And then I'm going to subtract the 2x from both sides. And let me redo this one. What I'm going to do is do it horizontally. So I'm subtracting 2x from both sides. So here's where I'm subtracting the 2x right here from both sides. And then I have my plus 2. When you do this, you have, that goes away. That equals 0. So we have negative 2x plus y equals 2. Now in standard form, your a cannot be negative. It has to be positive. So what you're going to do is negate this equation and just make everything opposite. So opposite of negative 2x is positive 2x. Opposite of positive y is negative y. Opposite of positive 2 is negative 2. So there's your standard form of your equation. Here's your point slope form. Okay, let's try another one. Let's try 4, 5. And the slope is 3. So I'm just going to do y minus my y here, which is 5, equals 3, which is my slope, times x minus my x, which is 4. So there's your point slope form. Very easy. It's very easy to see the points. That's why we like it. And you see something like this, you can easily find the slope and your x and your y. But now we have to put this in standard form. So I'm just going to clean up again the right side here. I'm going to, now what I'm going to do, instead of subtract, I'm going to move this 3x over here. Since he's positive here, I'm just going to make him negative here. He's already positive, so I write him down. The 5, I'm just going to add 5 to both sides. So this is going to equal negative 7. All right? Now, again, this is the case where our a is negative. So I'm going to negate everything and make everything opposite. Basically, you're multiplying negative 1 by each piece. You're just using the distributive property. Equals 7. So I just made everything, negated everything. And that's your answered in standard form, which is ax, positive ax plus or minus by equals plus or minus c. The b and c can be positive or negative, but a always has to be positive. Let's try another one. Let's try negative 4, negative 3. and my slope is 1. So I'm going to have y minus negative 3 equals my slope, which is 1, times x minus my x portion. Here's my x, this is my y, negative 4. Clean this up. 2 negatives make a positive, and basically 1 times that is just that. So it's going to be plus 4. Remember, you're just multiplying 1 to get the same thing. I'm going to move my x over. Since it's positive here, it's going to be negative when I move it over. I'm subtracting 3 from the constants here, and I get 1. Oh, darn it, I still have this negative x. My a is negative, so I have to negate the whole thing. So it's going to be x minus y equals negative 1. Okay, let's see if I can find another one. Let's do one with a 0 slope. Okay, let's do 0, comma 5, and my slope is 0. If your slope is 0, remember that's it's called a constant function. That means there's no slope. It doesn't, there's no steepness. It's flat. That's what the 0 means. So I'm going to write this in point slope form. Y minus my 5, that's my y, it's my x, equals m, which is 0, times x minus 0. Well, 0 times all of this is 0, so we get y minus 5 equals 0, so y equals 5. So this is this equation, y equals 5, no slope. Now, this is already in standard form, but let me show you why. Basically, standard form would be 0x plus y equals 5. Your a is 0. And mathematicians aren't going to put this here. That's kind of redundant. So they just write y equals 5. Okay, let's see if I can do, let's do one with a fraction. How's that? That's always fun. All right, let's do 3 comma 5. And my slope is a fraction, 2/3. So it's going to be y minus 5 equals 2/3 times x minus 3. All right, so I have y minus 5 equals 2/3 x minus 2. When you're distributing here, this 2/3 times negative 3, that's 3 over 1. These would cancel, so you get negative 2 here. Now, I'm going to move my x over, and I have negative 2/3 x, because you're subtracting 2/3 x from both sides. And I'm going to, so I have my plus y. I'm also going to add 5 to both sides. So I'm going to get this equals 3. Now, also in standard form, your a cannot be a fraction. So since my denominator is a 3, I'm going to multiply, and it's also, this thing is negative. I'm going to multiply everything by negative 3. When I multiply negative 3 times negative 2/3, the two negatives will make it a positive. The 3's cancel. That's 3 over 1. And you get 2. So we're going to get 2x minus 3y equals negative 9. That's what standard form would be. And I think we have time for one more fraction one. Let's do 8 comma negative 3. My slope equals 3/4. So what we're going to get is y minus a negative 3 equals 3/4 times x minus 8. This is going to be y plus 3 equals 3/4 x. I'm distributing, and 3/4 times negative 8 over 1. 4 goes into that 2 times, so we're going to get negative 6. 3 times 2 is 6, and there's that negative. Okay, Now, I'm going to move the 3 over. So, and I'm also going to subtract the 3/4 x from both sides. So we get negative 3/4 x plus y. This cancels here. This cancels. And this equals negative 9. Again, I can't have a fraction or a negative, so I'm going to multiply everything through by negative 4. Because negative 4, you can have fractions here and here, but you can't have it for your a. So negative 4 times negative 3 over 4. I'm going to write this in fraction form. 2 negatives make a positive. The 4's cancel and you get 3. So basically we're just taking the 3 because we're canceling that. So you get 3x, but now you have to distribute the negative 4. So you're going to get minus 4y equals 36. You're distributing here. Okay, the next video we're going to go over is finding the point-slope form of an equation given 2 points. So we're going to have to find the slope first.